And we're live downtown at the Capitol for the 5th Concerts on the Square. Regarding the weather, we know it's warm outside, but I got some good news if you're still planning on coming downtown.
And we are live from Lambeau Field on the first day of Packers training camp. Hear from Jordan Love, Jason Wilde, and many more coming up in sports.
And later, a local nonprofit dedicated to helping people with literacy is facing more funding cuts. What they say the decrease in funds means for them going forward. And we welcome you to News 3 Now at 6. Good evening, and thanks for watching. I'm Eric Franke.
And I'm Sarah Carlson.
We start tonight with alert day conditions for the next couple of days as high temperatures and humidity create some miserable conditions outside.
There is also a chance that severe weather could move in overnight, bringing with them high winds and heavy rain. Meanwhile, Concerts on the Square is still planning to go ahead with the show tonight. For more on the weather and the concert, let's head back out to Chief Meteorologist Alex Harrington and Josh Sprider.
Hi, Eric and Sarah. Good evening to you guys. What actually not too bad of an evening here.
Busy.
And you can tell the folks have really started to move in since our 5 o'clock newscast. Honestly, the weather's better than what we were anticipating.
Yeah, I agree with you. And we were looking at this from the standpoint of high heat index values, which is true. But when you're in the shade and then we get this breeze periodically, 10, 20 miles per hour, it feels pretty good. And during some of the breaks between 5:30 and now, I was walking around and just asking folks, is this manageable? Is it pretty good? And everyone's saying, yeah, it's pretty good. So come on downtown. If heat is not something that's a factor for your health, we've got plenty of water down here, plenty of shade, and then there's that breeze right now.
And that's the best thing, is you can be smart about it, right? Like, we were under the tree for all of our newscasts today in the shade. We've got all of our electrolytes, our water. You've got a couple of towels. You were so prepared to help blot some of that sweat. But really, this is going to be a nice evening, and it's only going to get better.
Yes, as we continue to see the sun go behind the Capitol, we'll have that shade continue to build across our carpet of our mural of all of the blankets that we have out here, that community mural that I sometimes call it. And it's, again, while it is a bit on the warm side out, no doubt, with that heat index value, 95, it just dropped to 95. Live television right now, 100 right now in Cross Plains. That feels like factor to your body. But again, we got that good breeze going downtown, or going on downtown here right now. So as we widen things out, it is definitely warm across southern Wisconsin, no doubt about that. 98 in Boscobel, 98 in Janesville. Look off towards the north and towards the west, up towards Camp Douglas. Feels like 79. There are some showers and some thunderstorms, but I have good news for Concerts on the Square. It's going to stay dry this evening. We'll keep an eye on those showers and storms towards the north. Temperature staying in the 80s. Heat index values 90 to 95 as we get into the show itself that starts really here in just a little bit under an hour. But with that breeze, again, feeling rather on the manageable side. Radar 3000, there's no storms in Dane County as we speak right now, but zooming on out, we are keeping an eye on those storms off towards the north and towards the west. They've been in a weakening mode. In a little while, Jacob will join you folks and he'll be tracking those storms and show you where those storms are going to go. So Josh and I, we're downtown here for the 5th Concerts on the Square. We have a guest coming up, our guest being?
We sure do. We're going to have the Wisconsin Chamber Orchestra talking about a couple of ways that you can continue giving back. And also, you might hear some of the cowbells in the background. We've got a couple of them, and we're going to learn a little bit more of the story on where you can get them and who can get them this evening and why it's going to be a big part of the show. That's a little bit later at 6, guys. Back to you.
All right, thanks so much. Sounds fun. We'll look forward to hearing more about those cowbells. And in extreme heat, it's important that we look out for signs for our four-legged friends that may be overheating.
Yeah, from Arctic mammals to even animals from the desert and the tropics, they all get extra care when it comes to the Henry Vilas Zoo. And that's where Armand Rahman was today to find out how they do it. Armand?
Yeah, Eric and Sarah, I don't have the luxury like you guys of sitting at an air-conditioned desk all day, but I made the most of it heading over to the zoo. And let me tell you, lions, tigers, and bears were saying, oh my, with this extreme heat. Now, take a look at this, though. This is some frozen watermelons, strawberries, and mangoes that Datu, the Bornean orangutan, can't get enough of. But today, Nicole Scheffel is using the treats as a coolant, enrichment, and positive reinforcement. While staff monitor all the animals on weather days like this, many of the intelligent ones, like orangutans, are trained to respond to commands with treats that allow zookeepers to examine different parts of their bodies, today especially for any signs of heat exhaustion.
I want to make sure that he doesn't look like he's dehydrated at all, like if his fingers are a little swollen or if he's sweating. Some animals notoriously don't make very good choices that we would hope that they would make. Like for instance, some of our meerkats are really old. They're 14 years old. So we kind of have to monitor them when it's really hot like this. We make sure they don't stay outside for too long.
And all animals have access to shade or air-conditioned spaces, as well as sprinklers or ponds for other sources of water, or, like this rhinoceros, a mud wallow to get cool. And that rhino was loving slumping in that mud so much, he even splashed some up on me. Can't really tell from your angle, but yeah, it's little splotches on my white shirt here. But it wasn't enough to cool me down, but of course it's the thought that counts. Eric, if you want, I can get a mud wallow ready for you out here with the pond, and you and I can have some fun.
I'll take. I don't know, Armand. That sounds a little sounds a little much. I think I'll stay in here in the comfort of the desk. I always keep an eye on those polar bears, though, in this weather. They love that cold water, so they take care of them out of the zoo. Armand, thank you. Track the forecast for yourself, even from a mud wallow, on your First Warn Forecast Weather app. Hourly planners, road conditions, and radar. You can download it for free in your phone's app store. Just search WISC Weather. We have an update on a woman reported missing in Platteville. According to a UW Platteville spokesperson, the woman sadly has been found dead. Emma Jacobs' body was found following a search by law enforcement yesterday. The Lafayette County Coroner's Office confirmed her identity. Jacobs had been reported missing near the Platteville Mound. According to the coroner, no foul play is suspected and there is no threat to the public. Well, next at 6, we are heading to Green Bay, where despite the heat, the helmets were on as the Packers took the field, their first training camp practice of the season.
It's been a long and busy offseason for the organization, from hosting the NFL draft to signing key players to the roster. Now they can focus on making a run to the Super Bowl.
That's right. It's all football now. For more on day one of practice, let's go to Green Bay. Sports reporter Andrew Banstra got an up-close look at the team. Andrew?
When the Packers rode their bikes to training camp today, it put the brakes on an exciting offseason in which the biggest story was picking a wide receiver in the first round. Matthew Golden put on the green and gold today, and his fellow wide receiver Jaden Reed described him in a word as smooth. You could say smooth as butter, and that's saying something coming from the speedster. As for the Rook, he lacks no confidence, confirming he is a certified bucket of Lando Lakes.
My word for him is like smooth. Like, he's very smooth and efficient. When he runs, everything is smooth. He get out of his cuts pretty good, really good. So, he's a smooth ball player, man. Like, he gonna be very advanced in this league as a rookie.
We're definitely smooth. I could get open anywhere on the field. I got that confidence in myself, but just being wherever I need to be on the field, wherever the coaches want me to be, I'm gonna do my best to my ability to get open.
And coming up in sports, we'll tell you why adding a weapon like Golden might just be the ticket for the Packers to make a Super Bowl run. Hear from Jason Weldy, Josh Jacobs, and Jordan Love coming up later in sports. For now, we send it back to you from Lambeau Field. I'm Andrew Banstra for News 3 Sports.
All right, Andrew, thank you. A local nonprofit facing another round of federal funding cuts.
Coming up next, what the Literacy Network says they will have to do now because of those cuts. Stick around.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
Right now, the Literacy Network is facing another round of federal funding cuts. This will impact how many people can take their free classes.
And those classes offer help with careers and the citizenship test. We first reported on their funding changes back in April. Our Tanisha Shaw has more.
I feel also sad that these opportunities might be lost for students who have so much to offer our community.
Megan Kennedy is an instructor for the Literacy Network's transition program.
We work on academic reading and writing so that students have the skills to enter the workforce and also to enter our university systems or continue with secondary education if that's something that they want to do.
This program that helps people of all ages for free is expected to go through adjustments after the nonprofit lost another one of their grants.
So for the whole state of Wisconsin, it's about $7 million. For Literacy Network, it is a grant that is $72,000 a year over 4 years that is lost.
In April, the Literacy Network lost $74,000 towards its citizenship classes. In 2025, the nonprofit lost approximately $146,000 that supported 2 of their core programs. Kennedy says this can have a negative impact on the country's workforce.
Many of these students are coming with extremely specialized skills, and so it's not only that they are missing out on their dreams, but their families have less opportunity to grow for that reason. Their communities have less opportunity to grow, and our community as a whole is missing out on their skills and their talents. So it's just a shame.
The Literacy Network also told me that they plan to take legal action in response to both of the federal funding cuts. In the meantime, they told me that they could use your help by donating your money or your time by volunteering. This will help them keep their classrooms at full capacity. Reporting in Madison, Tanasia Shaw, News 3 Now.
Okay, thank you, Tanisha. Still ahead, Concerts on the Square heads to the dark side of the moon.
When we come back, Josh and Alex go in depth with some of the members of the Wisconsin Chamber Orchestra before tonight's show. That's next at 6.
And alert day conditions continue into tomorrow. We take a look at the complete forecast after the break.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
Concerts on the Square winding down already for the summer season. Tonight's performance may be the hottest yet. This week, the Wisconsin Chamber Orchestra is bringing Pink Floyd's Music to Life.
And this electrifying concert pays homage to the iconic album Dark Side of the Moon, first performed on tour right here in Madison back in 1973. For more, let's check back in with Josh and Alex on the Capitol grounds. Hey, guys.
Hey guys, week 5, a big night this evening. We've got Chloe Holman and Joe Layden is joining us now. Guys, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Yes, you bet. So first we want to talk annual night of giving, because you guys couldn't do this without a night like tonight.
You bet.
Yeah, so we've been talking about it all season. So it cost $1.1 million to produce this for our community, and tonight's a big night of giving to help us close that funding gap we have to make sure we can keep doing this concert series.
So there's going to be a moment tonight. I mean, you guys obviously know that this show goes on, but to be able to peel back that curtain and really show what it takes to put a night like this on, there's a lot of work. There's a lot of people that make this happen.
There is a ton of work. It takes a ton of love, and it does take a lot of money. So we have a very exciting video happening tonight, and you'll see some cowbells around this evening. We'll have a very exciting moment coming.
We have a couple of them on the set with us today, and I think the first 5,000 people, we're getting them tonight, I believe.
Yes, there's gonna be a lot of noise tonight.
That's what it's all about, and honestly, even with the heat, people are out here. People are ready to have a rockin' time tonight.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, it's Pink Floyd. Typically our Pops nights are pretty big, but Jeans and Classics has been here 11 times during Andrew Sewell's tenure. So tonight the first half is portions of the Wall album, and then the second half, Dark Side of the Moon, end to end. Pretty magical. There's some real big Pink Floyd fans, and I think if you're not a Pink Floyd fan, you will be after tonight.
Oh my gosh. All right, so obviously we're almost at the end of the 2025 season. What can people do at home to keep helping you guys moving this forward in Madison?
Want me to take that?
Go for it.
Well, if you're at home, if you've been to Concerts on the Square, if you love your community, if you love seeing all these people coming together through music, you can text WCO to 53555. That's WCO to 53555, and make a charitable contribution. Any amount helps us keep these concerts free.
Awesome. Well, guys, thank you so much. And Alex, I mean, really, the weather got better than we expected this evening.
Yeah. It worked out yet again. It is pretty manageable out here. We got that breeze, the shades on us right now, and you folks did a great job of mitigating and keeping folks cool with plenty of water options.
The show goes on 7 o'clock tonight, guys. We'll send it back to you guys in the nice air-conditioned studio, although we're having a good time out here, too.
Sounds like fun. Thank you so much, everybody. Now, we are dealing, even though it's pretty nice down there, with some alert day conditions for this extreme heat and humidity. Meteorologist Jacob Montesano joins us now with the complete forecast.
Yeah, at this point, if you are in the shade, it is a lot better. But for those of you that find yourself, sitting in the sun, we are still seeing heat index values near 100. Now, I do want to start with the current rainfall. We are seeing some showers and storms in central and northern Wisconsin, but as they push into our area, they are really dissipating, going from heavy rain to just some light rain across Juneau and Adams County. We could continue to see this dissipate as it moves south, but we also will be seeing some heavy rain at points across our area later tonight. So looking at the forecast, it's likely not going to enter the northern portion of our area until closer to midnight, if not a little bit after midnight. We'll have a second line of showers and thunderstorms roll through. Similar to the current line, this is also going to dissipate a little bit as it pushes south, but I still expect us to see see some heavy rain at times, maybe even a strong storm or two, and this is going to push across most of our area. The better chance of rain will be west and north, but Madison surrounding areas still could see some showers and thunderstorms during the morning. And it looks like a lot of the heavy rain in the morning will happen before sunrise. And once we get past sunrise, still could see some scattered showers and storms in the morning, but the better chance of these showers and storms will come in the afternoon. And similar to the overnight hours, we also could see some minor severe weather with these storms as well. The good news is that it looks like it's actually going to be dry for a good portion of the day tomorrow, with the rain only happening over a brief period of time for each individual location. But we still could see some heavy rain for that brief period, with drier conditions once we get to the evening, and we'll finally see some clear skies again once we get to Thursday at night. Now, looking at the current heat index value, upper 90s to lower triple digits, but like I mentioned, this is mostly in the sun. A lot of people are Continental Square right now in the shade, and so it obviously is feeling a lot better. And across the area, though, we are still seeing those hot temperatures, but you can see some of those cooler temperatures from the areas that have seen that storm roll through. Now, looking at the heat index forecast going forward, upper 80s to low 90s tomorrow, still warm, but not as bad. It looks like Friday will be the best day this week. Still going to see middle to upper 80 heat index values, but overall, certainly a lot better than today. But as we get towards Saturday, we'll start to see some areas west of Madison get back close to the lower 90s, and then heat index values will likely be in the 90s for both Sunday and Monday. And Monday, we may see some areas get back into the triple digits. So we still got about 5 to 6 days of these warm temperatures. But here's some really good news. Looking at the 8 to 14-day temperature outlook, it does suggest that the start of August may actually be a little bit below normal. And you can kind of see that at our 10-day forecast. We'll start to see those temperatures cool down for the middle of next week, and that's going to continue into the following weekend. And right now, we also are not expecting a lot of rainfall during that time. So conditions will get very nice once we get to August, but we still are going to see, again, about 5 to 6 days of these warm temperatures.
All right, Jacob, thank you. And the Packers' first training camp practice is now in the books. Ahead in sports, Andrew Banstra and Jason Wilde will break down what they saw at today's practice. Stay with us.
When the Packers rode their bikes down Armed Forces Drive today, it didn't just mark the beginning of training camp, but also the third year of Jordan Love under center. And this is no longer just a love story. At this point, it's a story that needs a true Cinderella ending. And the only glass slipper that Green Bay wants is the Lombardi Trophy.
No, it's definitely time. I mean, ever since I've been here, like you said, we've been a team that's done well in the regular season. I think that's a standard here. You know, we got to go win those games, and a big emphasis on the NFC North. And we've done a great job of that in the past. I think, obviously, last year was our worst year at that in the NFC North. So
it left a bitter taste in my mouth, and it just made me want to really play and really come in and, you know, give more and demand more. So for me, I don't feel like until I get that trophy, I don't feel like I've accomplished anything, and that's really my number one goal at this point in my career.
It's going to come down to the details and just us taking it one day at a time. We got in the team room and we started with the goal. We started the Super Bowl.
The Super Bowl, the last two words that Tucker Kraft said. Jason, that's a little bit of a different goal than this team had when they were just hoping that Love could be a good replacement and a good legacy or torchbearer for a Green Bay franchise that's always had fantastic quarterbacks. But that's not really the standard this year, is it?
Well, let's be honest, and it's not fair to Jordan to spend all of our time comparing him to Favre or comparing him to Rodgers. But in Aaron Rodgers' third year as the Green Bay Packers starting quarterback, the Packers won the Super Bowl. And Jordan knows that. He's not trying to compare himself, but it is time. He said it today when he talked to us. It's definitely time to ramp that up.
And what will it take? Will it be Love? Will it be the receivers, the O-line, or all the above? What do you think they need to do this year to take that next step?
Well, it takes everybody, right? Like it takes you and Lance to make me look good on TV. The reality is that Jordan Love has to play at a higher level than he did. These wide receivers have to play at a higher consistency than they did. They need Josh Jacobs to continue to be productive, and they need their offensive line to gel. And then the defense, which finished in the top 10 in both scoring defense and total defense, needs to take that up another level. If all those things happen, you can feel pretty good about this team's chances.
We'll finish with one more note on the defense. One guy we haven't talked a lot about is Nate Hobbs, or even an Edgerrin Cooper heading into his second year. How do you think guys like that continue to complement this defense?
Yeah, Edgerrin Cooper's a really good football player. And again, he made mistakes as a rookie that he's hoping to avoid this season. Nate Hobbs is an intriguing guy they picked up in free agency. They need their corners to elevate their games. No more Jair Alexander. They were used to living without him last year. Now he's really not here. They need to play at a high level as well.
But we will be here all year long at Lambeau Field. But for now, we gotta run. We'll see you later this season. For Jason Wilde, I'm Andrew Banstra, signing off from Lambeau Field for News 3 Sports.
All right, gentlemen, smart to go indoors.
Yep,
and that hot day at Lambeau Field. And coming up tonight on News 3 Now at 10, food insecurity, it is on the rise in southern Wisconsin. Local food pantries are being forced to expand in response. Maddie Heimsch breaks down just how many Wisconsinites are going hungry and what local organizations are doing to help again tonight at 10. And we'll have more updates on the forecast tonight as well. News 3 Now at 10 as that heat alert day remains in the forecast. For now, though, we thank you for watching News 3 Now at 6. Coming up next, Entertainment Tonight.
And our next newscast is at 10 o'clock. As we mentioned, you can always find us streaming 24/7 on Channel 3000+. We'll see you later.